Harris, what was your first take on things when everything happened in Woolwich last summer?
To be honest, I guess like everyone else, is shocking. You know, it was unheard of in the UK. I mean, I know. You know, you hear of things happening in other countries, but to have someone had their head cut off, I mean, that is drastic. That is, I was shocked, and everybody I spoke to was shocked as well. I think we were all quite concerned of the way that it would impact the way that people viewed Muslims again. You know, again, it was another thing that made people look at Muslims in a certain light. So the way that first instincts-wise was just shocked, absolutely shocked. And, you know, you see this guy standing in front of the camera with blood on his hands, you know, nonchalant, almost like, and you could see in his face it was like it was nothing to him.
Michael Adebowale and Michael Adebolajo, how different are those two young men from the young men sat in this cafe right now?
The main difference is their radicalisation. The fact that they have been taught that killing an unarmed man is Islamic. You know, fighting in war is war. And we have to accept that people who fight in wars kill people. That's war. If that war is happening in another country, it's far removed from us. It's acceptable for people to die in Afghanistan. It's acceptable for people to die in Iraq. It's acceptable for people to die in Syria or Libya or any other country that's far away from us.
But not in Woolwich.
If it happens in Woolwich, the reasonings behind it change. Now, these guys call themselves soldiers, whether they are or not. I don't actually think what they did was done under the rules of war. I think what they did was an act of madness. I can't even say it was terrorism. What was terrorist about it? There was nothing terrorist. There's the same terrorism as, say, for example, British soldiers abusing prisoners in Abu Ghraib. There's no difference between that and that. It's the same terrorism, if you want to use the actual meaning of the word. What they did was utter and total acts of madmen. They were delusional to think that act somehow would bring their cause forward. If anything, it set it back, totally set it back.
Would this happen again? I mean, there are other young men in similar positions in the UK who are being pushed in certain directions. Do you think Woolwich was a one-off?
I think you'd be hard pushed to find someone who is capable of doing that. You know, we're not a nation or a world full of serial killers. We're not a nation or a world full of murderers. And that's what you need to find. You need to find someone, again, who was capable of murder. So what happened to them to make them act this way? It wasn't Islamic what they did. That's without a doubt.
Do you think someone else is culpable?
100%. 100%. If you know, it's like drugs. You know, you can go and attack the drug dealer on the corner. But what are you doing? You know, these two guys will go to prison. Undoubtedly, they'll go to prison for a long time or to some sort of mental institute. But does that solve anything? You could go to the next level up and find the guy who taught them. But is that going to stop it? No. You need to go to the, like I say, follow the money. And if you really want to stop this problem, the solutions are very easy. I know it's always made to sound complicated, but it's very simple. Foreign policy is the number one reason we have this problem in the UK. Number one problem we have in the US and in all other European countries. The foreign policies are so unjust, so unfair, so biased. The media reporting, the way that the agenda to push and demonise the whole community of Muslims as though we are one people, all in unison, all looking to murder as many soldiers or as many Westerners as we can. You know, if you follow that money back and find out who it is that's making these agendas, who it is that's causing these problems, first and foremost, you're looking at countries like Saudi Arabia. I know people are expecting me to say America or US, but you're looking at Saudi Arabia, where the money's coming from there. And Saudi Arabia is always under the influence of America, and American foreign policies, the way that they're treating people all around the world, especially Muslim people, it is ultimately the match that started the fire.